This is step 1 for project 3. For this project, we're going to talk about shapes and colors, and we're going to concentrate today on tracing. So you're going to need your art book. Please have your art book set up just like how I have mine set up. So the metal binding, ring binding, is at the top. You will need a pencil, and you're going to need the tracers that were either sent home or given to you in class. So there are 6 smaller tracers and then 1 large circle tracer. If you do not have a large circle tracer, then please go ahead and find or use, if you have a can of corn or a cup that's about the same size as a can, and you can hold that down and trace it. Otherwise, everybody go ahead and grab their circle tracer and put it right in the middle of your page in your art book. So when we trace, it's very important to hold down that tracer. So whatever hand that you're not writing with, you're going to hold that tracer down so it doesn't move. And with your pencil, it's also very important to make sure that you're staying along the edge of that shape that you are tracing. So ultimately, we are copying that shape to our paper. So holding down, and then I'd like you to watch this first before you do, and then making sure your pencil, starting at the top, your pencil's going along the edge. Now this happens a lot. Sometimes when we don't hold down, our tracer can move. So if this happens, what you do is you just line it back up, just like this, carefully, and then continue to hold it down. So I'm adding lots of pressure so that this piece of paper that I'm tracing, this tracer, is not going to move. And you have to lift up your hand up and continue to go around until you get back to the top. Okay, we're done with that tracer, but save it. You might need it again for another part of the project or for another project. So what we're going to do now is I want you to copy what I do with the tracers. So I'm going to set up these tracers, and I'm going to set them up in a certain area on your page. And then I want you to pause the screen and try to match it, just like how I did it. So I'm going to go ahead, and we'll talk about these shapes in a moment. So watch what I'm doing. For my at-home learners, I'd like you to pause the screen, and I would like you to match exactly how I set my tracers up on our project page. Okay, so let's start at the top and let's talk about each shape. So this shape is a circle. It's a smaller version of this large shape that we just traced. What shape is this? A square. Good job. Square has how many sides? 4 sides. Yep. What shape is this one? A triangle. And a triangle has how many sides? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. What about this shape down here? It looks similar to this one. It has 4 sides, and the only thing different is that 2 of the sides are really long compared to the other 2 sides. What do we call this shape? A rectangle. Good job. I think everybody knows what this is. Yep, that is a heart. And then our last shape is kind of our trickiest one. Some people might think it's a diamond. Some people like to call it a diamond, but actually we have a different word that we use. Anyone know? This is a rhombus. Rhombus. So again, I'd like you to have your shape set up just like how I have mine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to trace the shapes onto our paper. So we're going to start with that smaller circle. So if you'd like, you can go ahead and take the other shapes off and we'll come back to them. And then we're going to go ahead, holding down that shape. I'm going to go all the way around. Your pencil is along the edge. Take your time. Okay, go ahead and trace. Next, you're going to need your square. So it has 4 equal sides. Okay. Hold it down. Put your pencil along the edge. And make sure you draw all 4 sides completely. Okay. Once you're done, you can set that off to the side. Next, you're going to need your triangle. Triangle has 3 sides. Set your triangle up right here underneath your square. Go ahead and trace, holding down, making sure you complete the corners. Okay, good work. Now you're going to need your rectangle. Put that right next to your triangle at the very bottom of your circle. Holding it down. All right, good job. We need our heart next. Holding it down. If it ever moves, you just go ahead and put it back into place. Okay, and last, we will need our rhombus, our little shape. All right, friends. Let's review. Circle, square, triangle, rectangle, heart, rhombus. Stay tuned for next week in step 2. Good job today.